2 million. Before the radios finally went out, that was what we heard. 2 million foreign troops coming together to fight in the state of Kansas. Kansas is known for being a flat, featureless landscape, populated by shoulder belts, fields of crops, and prairie. No natural cover, only a few running rivers. 2 million troops crashing down on a state with about equivalent population. A soldier for almost every man, woman, and child. You have to ask why. There's 3 big reasons. Wichita, Kansas was once known as the air capital of the world. Almost every county seat in the state has a small airstrip to its name. With the refueling wing located at McConnell Air Force Base, the air lanes of Kansas were a critical midway stop to supplying all transcontinental operations. The airspace is under testing now. I can't tell where they're launching from. All I can tell is there's still no rhyme or reason to which direction they approach from. Either that means we've got them surrounded, or we're surrounded. The second reason was rail. With a potentially compromised airspace, it was everybody's goal to get trains moving to resupply critical fuel and ammunition resources. Entire armor companies, local and foreign, went by in the opening days of the war. Eventually, they started offloading here. Entrenchments were dug, but when the rail lines were cut, everything got left behind. There isn't enough willpower or storable fuel to make a 60-ton tank roll itself into a repair shop when the front lines are hundreds of miles long. A broken track, a punctured fuel pump, or a small hole drilled in the barrel by a saboteur were enough to make a crew abandon one. There was simply no way to maintain heavy machinery on the open plain. Survival became more important. Highway was the simplest and last apparent reason. You could blow holes in it, install roadblocks, and put tonnage on the road that it was never meant to support. But when Eisenhower commissioned the National Highway System, it was done with defense in mind. To control the highway is to control the critical choke points of traffic to lock down an area. Even more than that, once your heavy armor is more or less gone, Humvees and armored fighting vehicles become your only option. Less fuel, more mobility, and road ready. You never know who you're going to see next. The kit I have probably reflects that. I have a trapper cap, a bomber jacket, and a British field shirt, American blue jeans, and boots I couldn't quite trace. They fit. There were humanitarian packages, different friendly nations' units rolling through to shore up the front line. Enemy nations, being nice, trying to make sure we didn't come for them in their sleep. I don't really remember the faces. The uniforms blended together too well. You stop remembering the faces of the dead as well, except for knowing they no longer look human. It's easiest to assume everyone dressed up is hostile now, even the ones who come to town blaring megaphones to declare peace. Sometimes I ask myself why I stayed. Why I didn't either join up with an actual fighting force or move when the evacuation orders were handed down. At the end of the day, I think it was stubbornness. Better to stay. That there would be something left here I should protect. The order didn't say to move east or west. It said north. Tells me the fronts must be really bad, or someone got right of way for an incursion through Texas. Sometimes the weapons I have aren't sufficient. Other times, you have to leave behind what you can't carry. Either way, you can't stay in one spot for too long. Information is hard to come by. Even then, I almost have to know 3 other languages just to be able to get the news of the day. I still don't know how much closer this is to ending. It's been 6 months since it started. I see fewer and fewer faces every day. Maybe that means we're slowing down their momentum, and we're finally on our way to turning this thing around.